Good morning and welcome back to another video. Here today we do have a big outline enhanced risk in the northern plains, North South Dakota and parts of Minnesota over here, and I wouldn't rule out if they did expand this and add a little, so expand this and add a little moderate risk near Fargo right there in Minnesota, or maybe even extend the enhanced risk all the way up north and then add a moderate risk right here. But we do have a 5% Sig 1 tornado risk. This is EF2 plus tornadoes are possible. And then we have a big wind threat, a Sig 2. So we have our Sig 1 outlined here. With Sig 1 would be mainly baseball-sized hail, upwards of. And a Sig 2 is upwards of like giant softball to DVD-sized hail, grapefruit sized hail. So this is the Sig 2, and then we have our slighter or higher chance of hail in near Fargo. If we do go to hail, we do have also a Sig 1 on this all the way in North and South Dakota and Minnesota, including Bismarck, Fargo, and almost a little bit of Pierre. And also we're including Grand Forks, Jamestown. Yeah. Then we have our big slight risk. This is a big slight risk of hail. Then we have our really low risk of hail. Then we have this is today, by the way, I forgot to tell you. Then we have tomorrow. We do have a big slight chance of the UP of Michigan, and then a lot of Wisconsin actually. And that is our only slight risk for today. We do have a big marginal risk of severe weather for there, and a little bit up here, and almost including all of New York. And we have a bunch of convectives of mainly thunderstorms out here. We do have a low tornado risk for this area up here of the UP of Michigan and a lot of Wisconsin, and then almost all of New York is under a tornado threat today, and all of Vermont is definitely under a tornado threat. And when we go to wind, we do have a slight chance of strong winds. We have not received a Sig 1 on the wind yet, which we probably will for most of the UP of Michigan here soon. The Sig 1 in there. And then we have two very low chances of stronger hail throughout a lot of the central plains, back parts of the northern plains, and Midwest. And we have a low chance of hail, including all of Vermont, basically, and then a lot in New York. Then when we go to hail, we do have some very low chances of hail throughout the central plains to the northern plains to the Midwest. And then we do have in the northeastern regions, we do have a low chance of hail, but we do have our only Sig 1 threat here, including all of East Colorado, all of West Kansas, and then a lot in Nebraska, a lot of the west side of Nebraska, and just a little sliver of Wyoming. When we look at Wednesday, Wednesday is the first day of July, which we are looking at a big marginal risk. Nothing major for Wednesday so far. We might see a big slight chance in here at some point. We might even see one up here or over here for this area. It's possible. And then we do have a very low probabilistic. So Wednesday is not looking very crazy. Today is what I want to talk about for today. First, I want to go over to the heat and go to the Storm Prediction Center's Facebook. Don't forget to follow Stormwatch Midwest on Facebook, by the way. You're not on Facebook. So if we do go over here, we're back. If we do go over here to this, there is a big heat wave coming in. Massive. This is going to infect a lot of people. The purple is all extreme heat, and people in the red still need to worry for this. And if we do go to heat right now, we have 2 tornado warnings in Minnesota. Oh my god, I can't tell if that's a lot of contamination. There is also a 80-mile-an-hour wind through thunderstorm warning, but some of this might not be contamination. Probably up here. It might be down here. It's just a lot of contamination, I feel like. But we do have 2 radar indicated tornado warnings in Minnesota. We do go to the heat right now. It's starting to get extremely hot. If I look at my phone tells me it's 86. So which one of these? Well, my phone tells me it's 86. So it's getting up there. It's definitely getting up there. But over here near Idaho Falls and stuff, it's getting as low as like 30s in this area. Like it's extremely cold up there. And in Seattle, it's 55. Over here, it's extremely cold where the snow was falling. We do have 1 winter storm warning still in effect for this area. I'm going to go to the snow radar. See, we do have a decent area of snow in here. It's not looking a lot, but we do have 1 winter storm warning in effect. We might go live covering this and then back over the 2 tornado warnings in Minnesota. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch though. But back over to model, we do have some big heat coming in. Big heat with it getting upwards of almost 100 and 101 in Dodge City, 100 in Hays, and this is all just surging. Kansas City and St. Louis is going to get extreme heat come 4th of July this next weekend. Because it's going to get upwards heat index of almost 110. St. Louis, they're forecasting a heat index of 113 for I believe Wednesday or Thursday maybe. And Kansas City of like 108. So be aware and be ready for this extreme heat. It's supposed to get really, really hot. These next few days. And today on Monday we do have an elevated day 1 fire weather outlook, and then we have no dry thunderstorm, and then tomorrow's looking critical again. We're supposed to get some insane fires again coming on tomorrow, Tuesday. So be ready for that. The National Hurricane Center still has 2 tropical outlooks. This one mainly being a tropical cyclone moving this way. It already has formed, but we don't have any radar sites out here, of course. But if you've been following Euro Kelsey, she's somewhere out here, mainly getting close to Hawaii. But we do have a Atlantic disturbance near the offshore of North and South Carolina. I believe we do have a tropical storm that has developed. If we go to radar, you can see a little bit of rain. So it's developing as we speak right now with a 10% if it develops in 2 days, and also another 10% if it develops in a week. So we do have a slight chance of far upwards, and I believe yesterday Canada did produce a massive wedge tornado in what was it? Trying to figure this out. Okay, wedge tornado near Shoal Lake, Manitoba. So in Manitoba, I believe this is Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, because this is Alberta, Saskatchewan. I guess this is somewhere around here. The wedge tornado was reported, so I'm sure this goes like this for Canada. But National Weather Service only has this. But today we do have a slight chance of excessive rainfall and flooding in the far north of North Dakota and the northern plains. Tomorrow we do have a slight marginal risk for 4 areas, including down south, the deep south into Florida, close to Miami, including probably Sarasota, Tampa, Jacksonville, back towards New Orleans. And then over here, we do have one in the deep south of the southern plains in Texas and New Mexico. And then a big one up here in many states of the Midwest and northern plains. Northern plains are mainly going to be up here. So I'm not sure on that. Then we do it in the New England, we do have a slight chance. Same for Wednesday, just a big slight chance up here. So up here is supposed to be getting a lot of rainfall. Come Wednesday and Thursday, I would, maybe even tomorrow, I would expect up here to be, if these are all marginal, something's not right. So probably a high chance in this area up here. Then Friday is also a marginal for the same area. That's as far as this goes. If we do go to the Climate Prediction Center, we do have some very big heat coming in and surging in for the Ohio Valley, Midwest, and maybe a little bit of northern plains up north. And again, still a big chance of extreme heat throughout these areas in here, including probably St. Louis. And then we have a lower heat, but still including St. Louis, Kansas City, Topeka, Dallas, Houston, Oklahoma City, Omaha, New Orleans, El Paso, a little bit of Denver, maybe further east. And then we do have a bunch of heat, but a big cold front, I guess, is coming into Los Angeles very soon. It's supposed to get extremely cold over here. And then it's supposed to pick up heat again with some extreme heat, surging these wildfires to go further and get even stronger over here. We do go to the monthly of July. We are supposed to have a big heat change come up here and a big cold front surge south into this area. So this is only July 4th through 8th. Right now it's probably this up here is probably like it's like over here, including all these areas. So we're gonna have to be looking at that. If we go to the active alerts, we do have we have a new tornado warning, I guess. Let's go back over that. We might go live in a minute covering this. There is apparently a strong tornado risk up here right now. Why does my radar look like that? Anyway, yeah, I don't know where it is. I feel like it'd be up here somewhere. But this looks so contaminated. What the? I don't know. But again, don't forget to follow Stormwatch Midwest on Facebook. We are now on Facebook providing daily updates. We post every day. Since we have gotten this up and running, we've posted every day. I posted about the Atlantic disturbance this morning. About 30 minutes ago is when I posted up before I started recording. And yesterday I posted about the extreme outlook for wildfires. And then I posted about the massive heat wave, tornado threats. That was yesterday's Atlantic disturbance. I reposted max velocities, made this place thing fly without running, costing airport time for Mimosa and 16 Red Bulls. And then just the insane moderate risk of heavy rainfall. Like, there's a lot in here. Posted about the red flag warning right here, which is getting a lot of attention for some reason. But yeah, so I do have 5 followers, so go and follow so we can get this count up and running to a lot. But everyone, I guess, thank you for watching. I might be live in a minute. I will post on YouTube and Instagram if I do. But stay tuned, and I will... Oh, hang on. And I will see you in the next one.